Hello everybody, back here again for vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 1st, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning way earlier than I should have, but was up, dogs needed out, so got up with the dogs out, got in the hot tub for a little bit, got my soak on, wife got up and around, got off to work, and basically was chilling out there for a little bit, got back out of the tub, I went and jumped in the ice bath. And it was, I don't know, in low 60s, like 61, something like that. It's all over up, man. 63, I think, has been getting it with my ice. I gotta get my chiller set up. I just haven't figured out. I don't think I like where the tub is sitting right now. So before I bother getting it all plumbed in, I want to make sure I have the tub where I want it. So kind of dealing with that whole philosophy of that. So then basically spent a little bit of the morning just rotating the aggressive dog in and out of the house, keeping her away from other dogs, and adding that up. Got a phone call from my neighbor across the street, who I thought, oh shit, something's wrong, because she never calls, especially not early in the morning. Usually a texting type personality, and answers the phone, and she needs a jump start. They ran the battery down the car, I assume left the dome light on or some shit, don't know. So I was like, okie doke, let me get the dogs put up, and I'll be over in a little bit. So went and grabbed, I have a little jumper pack that I basically picked up with the thought of if my off-road dirt bike that I bought, it says it's street legal, but I don't know how, but it does not have a kickstart backup. So if I head off into the woods, I want to definitely make sure I take my battery pack with me, and that way I have a little jumper spot to be able to jump the bike off. Since down here in Florida there are no hills. It'd be one thing if I was like up in Iowa and the battery went dead on top of the hill, you fall down, but there's no way down here, especially the sand and stuff in. It's no chance of being able to bump start a bike down here by yourself. So but yeah, went ahead, and from there, whenever I got a jump start with the jump pack. How are you guys doing?
How are you?
Better than I deserved.
Oh, terrific.
So from there, headed back over, just hung out with the dogs for a bit, rotating them in and out, and then decided I wanted to go ahead and get some yard mowing done. And I thought, well, instead of going out and mowing the yard, getting all gross and sweaty, I'll get my run in first, and then I'm already gonna be all sweaty, and then I can mow after that, and it'll be no problem. So headed out on my run, and didn't know how far I was going. Been kind of still getting the last little bit of my foot healed up best I can. So ended up knocking out a nice little run. I don't know, it was 6-7K, something like that. That's what I ran. So got that done, but I was probably a mile into my run or so, and I realized, oh shit, you're taking your father-in-law to physical therapy today. And I always run during physical therapy when I'm waiting for him. So it's like an hour plus to wait for him. So I was like, shit. Oh well, I'm already this far out at this point, screw it, just finished my run. So went ahead and ran, and then from there, got back to the house, got a bunch of the yard mowed. I've got I got 4 sections. I got my front, my back, I got my father-in-law's front, father-in-law's back. And then to go to the backyard of mine, I got to open the gate, which means all the dogs are going to be put up and stuff, because I don't want to take a chance of the dog getting loose. There's no double gate in that system. I need to build one. Probably should actually make that a goal to actually do that, is just build a secondary gate in there. And I might even put one closer to the edge of the house, so it kind of blocks off that side of the yard, to one, give me a expansion chamber where I can't get it, plus it'll help you the dogs where I can see them better. They get off on the side and they get to playing a little rough, and I gotta get up and go check on them. And if I put a fence there, I'll be able to see a lot more of the yard in that process. So I've also hinted in my mind about putting like a little garden bed over there, try and grow some tomatoes and whatnot. And I definitely don't want to try and do that with the dogs around, because like even with the dogs right now, he's like eating my citronella plants, which I have out to keep mosquitoes away, and he's been eating those damn things. So yeah, pulls them out of the ground, chews on the stems, and ruins them. So yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt. If I have it on the corner, I'd never be able to see him doing it, and it would be impossible to police that. So yeah, went ahead, and from there got my mowing done, and decided, well, I just mowed my front only, because his side doesn't need it quite as bad. And I was like, no big deal. Went ahead and did a bunch of edging. Also even started to edge some of the street, because we get a lot of pine needles and leaves and stuff below it, and your yard just kind of takes over your road if you don't stay on top of it. So scrape some of that back, ground that all out and whatnot, and then basically letting the grass dry all over the sidewalks, letting it dry down a little bit so I could blow it off easier. And then it decided it wanted to rain. So yeah, didn't get to blow off the sidewalk. I'll do that tomorrow morning though. Hopefully once the dew burns off, I'll go ahead and get that mowed up and get that taken care of, and we'll all be good. So we got back in, went ahead and jumped in the hot tub, jumped back in the ice bath. At that point, I dumped in a bunch more ice, before I went for my run, and I got it down into the high 50s, and boy howdy, there is a big difference between high 50s and mid 60s in an ice bath. It was much more like a cold ice bath. It was kind of cold. So yeah, got that knocked out, had a good time with it. And then from there, went ahead, it's about time to go see my father-in-law to physical therapy. So went ahead and got the dogs put up where they need to be and separate them out. I don't want them, one has to be separated because she's aggressive, and the other two get to playing a little too rough at times, so I separate them out as well. So went ahead and stuck the dogs up, grabbed a cigar and a soda, headed over, grabbed my father-in-law, we headed up, dropped him off physical therapy, and I just went down by the causeway on the intercoastal and popped out my lawn chair because I wasn't running. I thought about running again, but I didn't. So I thought, well, it'd be kind of cool to do a 2-a-day, but I was like, my foot really didn't like my run I had earlier. I sure was not doing 2-a-day. So I said the hell with that, and then just basically sat in the shade of the overpass, watching boats go by and just enjoying my cigar. A lot of wind today. It wasn't really bad, like it was not taking my hat off my head, but it was close. It was hard to light a cigar. So yeah, went ahead and knocked out a cigar there, waiting for him, listening to podcasts and whatnot. He got done, went and grabbed him, brought him back home, and he asked about what happened at the house across the street. I'm like, I don't know the house. I'm the house across the street. What are you talking about? So finally figured out what house he's talking about. I guess there was a couple cops there yesterday. So reached out to those neighbors and like, hey, what's up with the cops there? And they were okay. My father-in-law pointed out there was a couple cops at your house yesterday. And they said, yeah, it was all good. They had a roommate that has since been kicked out in the process. So I assume they brought the cops over to get the rest of her stuff and eliminate the chance for anything to escalate in that whole process. So yeah, they went ahead from there, and that's how it went down. So, which I was like, hey, cool. You just want to make sure he's fine. Nothing's bad, because it is what it is there. So we texted back and forth a little bit and how their life's going and all that good fun stuff. So it was kind of like a live-in nanny type situation with a friend. It was kind of a weird system that the roommate slash nanny was not reliable at all and would take off and not come back, and then she'd miss work, and it was a pain in the ass anyway. So yeah, it's all good now. So from there, I just hung out with the dogs, chilled out there. Had one of our friends was possibly going to come over and hang out this evening and maybe go out and grab a bite to eat. And then she ended up picking up a co-worker slash friend of hers. It was our anniversary, and their babysitter canceled last minute, so they needed a babysitter. And her rule is I don't babysit, but with the sole fact of it was such last minute and it was their anniversary, she said to heck with it and agreed to watch. And they got like I don't know, the baby's months old, it's not 9-year-old yet, so she was going to hang out with that baby instead of hanging out with us, which is all good, makes sense. So from there, basically just chilled out. Wife got home from work. We ended up laying down in the bed for a little bit, just kind of chatting and talking, and just kind of cuddled up and just, I think we both may have dozed off for a minute or two, but I know she did. I'm not sure if I actually fell asleep or not. If I did, it wasn't very long because it was way less than an hour, and I was up and decided to make dinner. So we ended up having salmon burgers and kind of rocked those out a little earlier than we normally would have in the rotation. But the buns that she buys, these like really super fancy artisan buns, are delicious, but they go moldy real quick. So definitely did not want to lose those. So went ahead and had the salmon burgers, and the salmon burgers are always good too. So yeah, they're just frozen patties from Costco. They're super delicious and they're awesome. So knocked those out, had herself a little meal, watched a little bit of Arrested Development, and then after that headed back outside with the dogs, chilled out there for a little while. Told my wife I was going to jump in the hot tub for a little bit. She wanted to join me, so she came out and joined me. We ended up hanging out there a little while. She ran back in shorter than I did. She doesn't do too well in the heat. Even though the hot tub's only turned down to like 100 right now, it still gets hot on her and it affects her body more than me. So she went back inside. I got done with the hot tub, had myself a drink in the hot tub also, and then decided to finish up my cigar, hang out with the dogs, rotate the dogs through again so the aggressive can have its bathroom break, and then got the dogs all put away for the night and headed in and watched a little bit of Frasier together, had myself a little snack, and wrapped it up, called it a day. So that's all we got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.